Right, hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm back with another match preview. This time a Swansea City versus Portsmouth in the Skybit Championship this Tuesday night, 7:45 p.m. kickoff at the Swansea.com Stadium. It's going to be a tough game. They're another team who's sort of trying to battle for safety. We did get a really good win against Oxford on the weekend, but the job's well. We haven't completely got away from the relegation scrap yet. That's only half of the job of these two games done. I think we need to go out there on Tuesday and get another win. I think even a draw would be a disappointment. I know we played really well against Oxford, but we've got to back it up. We can't just stop there, get one win. We've got to keep going, and I think it's certainly a game which personally I think we have to go out and get all 3 points. But it's going to be a tough one. As I said, they're another team who's battling to stay up. So yeah, it is going to be a tough one. I think it might be a bit cagey. Like the Oxford game was at times. I thought we were the dominant team, but I thought at times you could tell that it was two teams struggling towards the bottom. But obviously we came out on top, and I'm hoping we can do the same again. But yeah, moving on to the injury news and stuff like that for both teams. So starting off with the Swans, we do actually have a fully fit squad to choose from. As for Portsmouth, they've got a few injuries. They've got Connor O'Glivy with a knee injury. They've got Jacob Farrell with a groin injury, Franco Uma with a leg injury. They've got Shaughnessy with a hamstring injury, and they've got Waddingham as well with a hip injury. So quite a few players out for Portsmouth. And then going on to the key players for both sides. So if there's any Portsmouth fans watching this, I think these are the Swans players you need to keep an eye out for. The first one I'm going to go with is Ethan Galbraith. He's been excellent this season. Obviously, his natural position is in the centre of midfield, but he has been playing a few games at right back, as seen on the weekend against Oxford, and he played just as well there. So very versatile player. He can pretty much do anything, and been our most consistent performer throughout the season for me. So he's certainly one I think Portsmouth fans need to keep a lookout for. Second player I'm going to go with is Marko Stamenic. On the weekend he was excellent, popped up with his first goal for the club as well, which was an excellent goal. But not just that, I thought his all-round performance was brilliant as well. So he's certainly someone who I think we need to keep who I think Portsmouth need to keep an eye out for. So I'll go with Marko Stamenic. And the third player I'm going to go with is I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go with Josh Tymon. Again, not just for his goal, which was in his own right an excellent finish, and probably our best of the season, either that or Franco's against Man City. But I think Tymon's edges it for me. The way he hit it on the volley was it was superb really. But again, just like Stamenic, it wasn't just the fact that he scored a goal. I thought his all-round performance was brilliant against Oxford. Obviously, he did get the assist for Stamenic's goal. So for a defender, that's pretty much an all-round performance, an assist, a goal, a clean sheet, and a win. You literally couldn't ask for anything better than that. And for a defender to get a goal and an assist as well as a clean sheet, that's excellent. There's not many players who do that, and especially not in the Championship. But yeah, I'm going to say Josh Tymon to look out for Portsmouth fans. And then on to Portsmouth. Then I think the key players for them. The first one I'm going to go with is Regan Poole. He's actually a Welsh international. I think every time I've seen him play, he's a really decent centre back, and I think he had a loan spell at not a loan spell. I think he had a spell at United in his academy years, and he's definitely someone to keep an eye out for. I think he's a really good player at this level, and he's a solid centre back as well. So yeah, I'll go with Regan Poole. Second one I'm going to go with is John Swift, another player with bags of experience. So obviously he's had that. He had the spells at Reading and West Brom, and I think he's a player who's got a lot of experience, as I said, and someone who definitely has got a lot of playing experience in the Championship, and he's got a lot of quality about him as well. So I'm going to go with him. And then the third player I'm going to go with is I'll go with Josh Murphy. I think he's obviously ex-Cardiff, isn't he? But he's a great player, and he did score against us in that 4-0 thrashing over us at Fratton Park at the start of the year. I think it was on New Year's Day, and he obviously did celebrate in front of us, which was very frustrating. But he is a good player in all honesty, and I think he's one of the most dangerous players who can cause us problems. So I think I'll go with him. And yeah, they're the three key players I'll go with for Portsmouth. We do also have Florian Bianchini, who's on loan from us, but obviously won't be able to play play against us, as he is obviously our player. Going on to the team lineup, I'm going to go with for the Swans. So in goals, I'm going to go with Lawrence Vigouroux. Right back, I'm going to go with Ethan Galbraith. Left back, Josh Tymon. Two centre backs, Ben Cabango and Cameron Burgess. In the midfield, I'll go with Marko Stamenic. I'll go with Goncalo Franco, and I'll also go with Melko Waddell, and then on the wings I'm gonna go with Omji Sung and Ronald, and up front Zan Potnik. I think for me you've got to keep the team as it is. It was it worked. We got the 3 points. I thought Omji Sung and Ronald both had one of their better games of the season. They've both come under a lot of stick recently, so I think it was good for them to both put in a good performance. And I'd like to see that same lineup again. And then obviously we've got options off the bench, such as Anusa, Liam Cullen, Yalkue, Adamida. So we've got plenty of options off the bench, but I think that's the team lineup I'd like to see play. And then lastly, going on to a score prediction. As I said, I think we still need to get 3 points again, despite getting 3 points on the weekend. I think just getting those 3 points alone isn't enough. I think we've got to keep that run going. So I'm going to say I'm going to say the same score against Oxford. I'm going to say Swansea City 2, Portsmouth 0. I'm going to say to get the goals, I'll go with Zan Potnik. I think he's going to be back amongst the goals. And to get the other, I'm going to go with Ronald. I think it's been a while since he scored a goal, so I'd like to see him back on the score sheet, and I think it will do his confidence a world of good. So 2-0 Swans for Potnik and Ronald. Once again, a massive thanks for watching this. I will be back tomorrow with a matchday vlog as usual, so stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching.